where every coin tells a story. Today, we turn our attention to a coin that may seem common, but carries with it the weight of decades of American history and cultural transformation. The 1975 Lincoln penny. This tiny copper-colored cent is more than just pocket change. It's a living witness to the era in which it was minted. It's a symbol of continuity, it's a piece of art, and it's a gateway into the world of American numismatics. As we dive into the world of the 1985 Lincoln cent, we're not just exploring its metal content or design. We're unlocking a chapter in American life that was marked by both rapid change and enduring traditions. The Lincoln Cent series began in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, the nation's 16th president and one of its most iconic figures. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse of the coin introduced a new era in American coinage. It was the first time a real person appeared on a circulating US coin. The design choice was groundbreaking and signaled a shift in how American heroes would be honored on currency. The reverse originally displayed two wheat ears symbolizing prosperity and was commonly referred to as the wheat penny. But in 1959, to honor the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, the reverse design was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, a bold and intricate design by Frank Gasparo. That remained until 2008. This is the design featured on the 1975 penny, which places it squarely within the Lincoln Memorial series, a segment of American coinage with a production run of almost 50 years. In 1975, the United States was deep into the Reagan era. The Cold War continued to shape foreign policy. The economy was rebounding from a tough recession, and the American cultural landscape was evolving rapidly. The music scene was booming with MTV dominating youth culture. Technology was beginning to make its mark, and personal computers were just starting to enter homes amidst all this. The US Mint continued its duty of producing billions of coins to meet national demand. In that year, the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint were all active, but it's the Philadelphia and Denver mints that produced the business strike. 1975 Lincoln cents you'll typically find in circulation. The San Francisco Mint produced proof versions, meant for collectors and not daily transactions. The 1975 Lincoln penny was minted using copper-plated zinc, which had become the standard composition since mid-1982. Prior to that year, the Lincoln cents were composed mostly of copper, but due to rising metal prices, the mint shifted to a core of zinc with a thin copper coating. The change was practical, economical, and remains in use today. This means that while your 1975 penny may look like older pennies, its weight and composition tell a different story. The coin weighs 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters with a plain edge and a shiny copper-like appearance. The obverse shows Abraham Lincoln's right-facing profile, the word liberty to the left, and the date 1975 to the right. The reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial surrounded by the words United States of America and E pluribus unum, with the denomination 1 cent beneath. What makes the 1975 penny special isn't rarity in the traditional sense. In fact, over 10 billion Lincoln cents were produced that year across all mints, making it one of the most abundant coins in American history. But what makes it fascinating is its role as a transitional coin bridging the past and future of American small change. While it is common, many coin collectors look to the 1975 issue to complete typesets and to study the quality of minting during the 1980s, which had seen both innovations and challenges in production methods. Some examples of the 1975 penny can be found in higher grades, such as mint state 65 or better, especially from original bankrolls, or mint sets, and these can command a premium over face value. Some error coins have also been discovered from this year, including off-center strikes, die cracks, double dies, and plating blisters. These mint errors give the 1975 penny collector value and make the hunt for specific examples all the more exciting. Moreover, the 1975 Lincoln penny sits at a crossroads in cultural memory. It's a coin that many Americans remember handling during childhood, during school lunches and vending machines. During holiday shopping, it circulated during a decade of huge national and global transformation. A coin may be small, but it touches many hands over its life. It pays for groceries. It's given as change, it's found in couch cushions, it's tossed in fountains, it is saved by children starting their very first coin collection. By examining a 1975 penny closely, we see more than a coin. We see a design that has endured for decades. We see the legacy of Lincoln in metal form. We see the craftsmanship of mint engravers and the subtle shifts in production technology. We see the economic decisions that led to a change in metal composition and how global events like inflation and metal prices affected even our smallest denomination. The coin becomes a mirror of the times, a tiny piece of art with a big story. So if you have a 1975 Lincoln penny sitting in a drawer, in a jar, or even in your wallet, take a moment to look at it, not just for its condition or value, but for the history it carries. It is not just a cent, it is a chapter of American life pressed into copper and zinc. It is the kind of coin that deserves not just to be spent, but to be remembered, preserved, and appreciated. And here on, we are all about rediscovering that value, one coin at a time. Welcome back to LC Coins World, the place where every coin tells a story and every story reveals a piece of our shared history. Today we're exploring a coin that might seem ordinary at first glance, but holds extraordinary significance in the story of American coinage, the 1978 Lincoln penny, a coin that circulated in the hands of millions and silently witnessed the heartbeat of a nation in transition from pocket change to collector's item. This little copper coin carries more than just monetary value. It's a snapshot of America in the late 1970s. The 1978 Lincoln penny was the last of its kind to be minted entirely in copper. Before, the U.S. Mint made a historic change to a copper-plated zinc composition. In 1982, for decades, the Lincoln penny remained a cornerstone of American currency, not only because of its practical use, but because of what it represented. Designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909, to honor the centennial of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, the Lincoln cent marked the first time a real person appeared on regular U.S. coinage. The decision was both cultural and symbolic. Lincoln had come to embody unity, sacrifice, and leadership in American memory, and placing his image on a coin meant putting those values into the hands of everyday citizens. By the time 1978 came around, the Lincoln cent had already been in circulation for nearly 70 years. Yet this particular year marked the end of an era in terms of metal content. The 1978 penny was minted with a composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving it a rich weight and a distinctive reddish hue over time. Environmental and economic pressures, including the rising cost of copper, forced the U.S. Mint to explore more cost-effective materials, even though that change wouldn't occur until 1982. The 1978 coin stands as one of the last chapters of the traditional copper penny story. In terms of mintage, over 5 billion Lincoln pennies were produced in 1978, split between two mint locations: the Philadelphia Mint, which issued coins with no mint mark, and the Denver Mint, which used the D Mint mark. The Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 5.55 billion coins, while Denver contributed over 4.28 billion. The San Francisco Mint also issued proof versions for collectors bearing the S Mint mark. These proof coins were struck using specially prepared dies and planchets, resulting in a mirror-like finish and sharper detail. The reverse of the 1978 Lincoln penny featured the Lincoln Memorial, which had been introduced in 1959, replacing the previous wheat ears design created by Brenner. This reverse design was the work of Frank Gasparo, who was then chief engraver of the U.S. Mint. The image not only paid tribute to the president, but if observed closely, it also depicted a tiny image of the seated Lincoln statue visible between the columns, a small but historically rich artistic detail often overlooked. 1978 was a year of subtle transformation in the United States, and the Lincoln penny reflects that society was shifting economically and culturally. Inflation was creeping into the everyday American experience. The average income hovered around $10,000 a year. Gas was less than $1 a gallon, and a penny still carried, meaning people saved them, collected them, and children were taught to count with them. Yet change was on the horizon, both in coinage and in the American way of life. For collectors, the 1978 Lincoln penny holds multiple areas of interest, though not classified as rare in circulated condition and circulated examples, and especially high-grade proof coins continue to draw attention. Coins graded Ms. 65 or higher by PCGs or NGC often command premium values in the numismatic market, particularly those with strong strikes, red color designation, and minimal contact marks. While most 1978 pennies remain affordable, certain era coins are especially sought after, including double die obverses, off-center strikes, broad strikes, and coins struck on the wrong planchet. These errors tell their own stories about the minting process and are treasured by collectors for their uniqueness. The legacy of the Lincoln penny also comes into focus when we look at how the coin has been used in art, education, and memory for many Americans. Lincoln cents were their first introduction to coin collecting, handed down by parents or grandparents, sorted by date and mint mark, kept in blue Whitman folders or glass jars. The 1978 edition exists within that broader emotional and historical narrative. It reminds us of a time before the digital age when money was held and examined, not swiped or tapped. The Lincoln penny remains the longest-running coin design in American history. The obverse design has remained largely unchanged since its debut in 1909, making it a powerful symbol of national identity. The 1978 coin especially represents the bridge between the past and future. It stood at the crossroads of economic change, material innovation, and nostalgic reflection on a simpler time, when a single cent could still buy something meaningful. Today, if you find a 1978 penny in your pocket or tucked away in a jar, you're holding more than a coin. You're holding a fragment of a larger story, one that includes the rise and fall of industries, the shifting tides of presidential administrations, the evolution of art and design in American minting, and the enduring power of a president's legacy cast in copper. The value of the 1978 penny may not lie in its price, but in its purpose, in its presence in our lives then and now. As you look closer at this humble coin with Lincoln's steady gaze and the memorial behind him, remember what it stands for: history, memory, and the small everyday moments that define us all. In this sense, the 1978 Lincoln penny is not just a relic of the past. It's a reminder that even the smallest things can carry the greatest meaning.